no. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. We're going all the way so you can score more for your trade-in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV today. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live from BroncoNationNews.com is presented by RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. All Bronco Nation news broadcasts come from the Western Collective Studios. Head down to Western Collective's locations in Garden City or downtown Boise to try some of their delicious beers, including the Horseshoe Golden Ale, the first beer to support an NIL collective. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Good morning, Boise State fans. How we doing? Welcome on into Bronco Nation News Live here at BroncoNationNews.com. My name is BJ Rains. We do this every morning at 9 a.m. from the Western Collective Studios here talking Boise State sports and different co-hosts every day. Today's Thursday, and that means our man John Mallory, host of Prater in the Ball Game, 3 to 6 weekdays on KTIK, him and Mike Prater. And Johnny's there in the RowPaint.com studios in downtown Boise. Johnny, it's Thursday, a lot going on. Jeremiah Dickey, North End Zone, the playoffs starting tomorrow. How we doing?
Yeah, that's where I am right now. Like tomorrow night, man. South Bend, Notre Dame Stadium. I know it's the Indiana Hoosiers, but I don't even care. I mean, the whole sports world, or the sports country at least, Americans, like, wow, this whole thing kicks off tomorrow. And that's kind of where my head is, and obviously paying close attention to the other games, mainly SMU and Penn State. Just the carrot that game is for a Boise State fan, just to be able to watch and do their own little scouting and whatnot, and get ready to see who they will face in the Fiesta Bowl. What a time! You're right, and as always, thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, you guys had a good interview. If folks want to go back and listen to it, Jeremiah Dickey, that is available on the KTIK podcast and app and website. He joined them yesterday for a variety of topics as his contract gets approved. And I thought the bigger news was the North End Zone project and an official groundbreaking. Do you know what else is January 4th, Johnny?
I don't. January 4th. What are we talking about?
2 p.m., big CBS, the ranked San Diego State Aztecs coming to Extra Mile Arena.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Y'all throwing a little basketball there? I'm in, man. I'll be at that game, as you know. The San Diego State home game, that's one of the top 5, 6, 7 sporting events in Boise every year for me.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big we'll see how they schedule that around it, if that's why they picked that day, because a lot of people will be here or in town or what. But that could be they'll have the groundbreaking on the 4th, and and then the basketball game that day. But I thought that was big news. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And you mentioned the playoff going on, and we got Boise State basketball starting conference play on Saturday. Broncos practiced yesterday, got their new Fiesta. Those are some sick hats, by the way. And you know what, Johnny? They don't have the Boise State logo on them, so we got to get ourselves one of those.
I would wear one of those Fiesta hats, the old school kind of trucker style, kind of 80s form of the hat that you'll see what that Matt Lauder was wearing yesterday. Yeah, those are pretty sweet little hats, man. I'd wear one of those. The Fiesta logo is cool, man. And Lauder was even like, I know it's red, but no, this is a sick hat. So they were all rocking those yesterday, walking around the Blaymire. I saw a few of them. Yeah, no, that was I love the rope hats like that. That's like the new style or whatever. Those are pretty cool. That was sick. So again, I think the playoffs starting tomorrow. Yes, I'll be feet propped up. Can't wait. But I mean, I think most people around here, at least Johnny, are looking forward to Saturday at 10 a.m. Penn State, SMU, and it's still surreal. It just hasn't really hit me yet, Johnny. I don't know when it will, but like, I mean, we're going to, Boise State players, coaches are literally putting their feet up and just waiting to find out who they play. And you think about the March Madness brackets, you think about whatever tournaments, like you think about the top teams that get buys usually. And here's Boise State, sitting back, getting healthy and watching Penn State and SMU just battle it out to see who's going to play them. I'm going to be looking at the attendance. I saw a report that there's some empty seats, some ticket sales problems up there in State College. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but they may have bit off a little more they can chew in terms of the ticket prices for that game at State College. So we'll see if it ends up being full and if the atmosphere is as crazy as we expect it to be. There's a chance it's snow. But Penn State, SMU, finally, we are 49, I guess 50 hours, maybe 51 hours from finding out who Boise State's going to play. Hey, just water cooler talk. Is James Franklin in trouble if SMU comes in there and kicks Penn State's ass? Kind of embarrasses them in front of the college football nation?
I would say no, but he probably should be.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, there's some pressure. I mean, you look at the coaches.
There's Ryan Day,
pressure in this thing.
Back if he gets blown out by Tennessee?
Hell no. Ryan Day might be gone if he wins and then loses the next week. Like, It's crazy, some of these coaches. And I think Franklin, he needs to win this game. Home teams in this tournament need to advance a lot more often. When they don't, you have to take advantage of that atmosphere. And maybe the tickets are too much. I know you don't get any of your season ticket holders. Think about that. Penn State, probably the main sections of Beaver Stadium, those tickets have been sold for the last 70 years, and now you got to do the whole process again. And maybe they're having some setbacks there, but that'll be weird if there's a few stadiums every now and again in this tournament that don't sell out. Me and you always talk about this in the NCAA tournament, right when the thing kicks off or tips off. They're all playing in these empty arenas. You're kind of like, where are these people? This is the big dance. Me and you are always like, why aren't they showing up yet? I don't know how it goes, but heck yeah, man. This weekend, 10 a.m., that didn't even occur to me, BJ. That's when SMU-Penn State begin. Like, dude, this is early morning football with all that at stake. This is going to be so fantastic. Yeah, kicks off tomorrow. Wow.
And don't forget, too, the kids, the students are all home for winter break. So I think a lot of students being gone is not going to help. And, that stadium is what, 105,000 too? Yeah. I mean, that's so we'll see. I'm guessing that story's a little overblown, and by the time kickoff comes around, they will fill that. But if they don't, I can already see them wanting to maybe move it back to bowls, or who knows what's going to happen on the future rounds and things like. I still wish. I know the Fiesta Bowl is going to be cool, but I still wish the quarterfinals. I still wish Boise State would have got a home game, man. That would have been.
Well, the future of this tournament, I think, 1 is 16 teams. 2 means the top 8 get home games. Maybe in the future, maybe there's going to be an opportunity for a group of 5 team to get that 8 seed at one of those years if they're undefeated or something. So I wouldn't say that's completely out of the realm of impossibilities or possibilities, BJ, in the future of this program to maybe one of those years get a home game. That would be sweet, especially if it's mega brand coming.
There is snow expected. I saw tomorrow night in South Bend, Indiana as well. And your 4 home sites, I mean, South Bend, Indiana, Columbus, Ohio, State College, Pennsylvania, and Austin, Texas. I mean, if you had planned in terms of where would be, the top 4, 5, 6, 7, venues that would make sense to host first round games. I mean, they've got 4 iconic college football towns and venues for these home games, Johnny.
Starting it off in South Bend at night, touchdown Jesus, Notre Dame Stadium. Yeah. I mean, that's right up there as in a tie with any other venue you could match for college football to kick this thing off. And like you said, those other venues too. Yeah, that did not disappoint. These atmospheres, I think, will be fun to watch, and just mega brands hosting these games. I can't wait to see some of the numbers too. It feels to me like if you're a sports fan in America, you're watching this tournament this weekend.
No doubt, unless you're at Extra Mile Arena at 1:30 on Saturday for Boise State and Air Force, which we will get to momentarily. I wish that game was a different time, right in the middle of the second half or fourth quarter, probably, of that SMU-Penn State game. Are you just assuming Penn State's going to win?
Oh.
SMU have any shot here? What's your thoughts?
Yes, I don't buy all that stuff that Penn State fan sells me. In big games, I think it's a different story for Penn State. Give them the advantage, obviously. Playing at home, they've had a tougher schedule. I would go Big Ten over ACC. The weather is going to be a factor. SMU is in Dallas. It's not cold there. There's all those things against SMU, but this is college football, BJ. Yes, I give SMU a shot to win this thing. And if they get that ball rolling, the passing game going, Lashley gets his schemes working, they're picking up third downs, moving chains, put some pressure on Penn State. James Franklin under pressure is great television for me. I don't know why. I love watching James Franklin coach in these games that he has to win, in the games that he always has to win. There's 2. It's Michigan and Ohio State. He never wins them. This is one of those games too. He has to win this game. And I don't know why, but I think I'm pulling for SMU. Maybe because I think Boise State would have a better matchup against them. Maybe because I want to see an upset. I don't know, but I think I'm going back to my old Pony Express days. BJ, Craig James, Eric Dickerson, let's go SMU.
I think Penn State would be the bigger games in terms of the brand and the name recognition, obviously. But SMU is, you would think on paper, more beatable, I guess, than Penn State. Penn State's got a good rush defense, and obviously Boise State wants to run the football. So we'll find out Saturday. Again, tomorrow night, the first game. Cannot wait. You're going to see Johnny Mallory just speeding down the freeway at 6:01, trying to get home for the start of that Notre Dame Indiana game. And I hope there's snow. I hope it's just going to be. It's pretty cool, man. Friday night game. I can't wait.
Are you watching it? You want to get together? You want to hang out? Want to call Tuss?
I'll probably watch it at home. That's okay. Thanks, though. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Well, I'll think about it. I
didn't invite you over. I just said, what are you doing for the game? You want to maybe call Tuss and you got 3 of us get together and do something?
We know that ain't we know that ain't
Inside joke. Just kidding. All right.
Maybe we can come over. We'll see what's going on. No, we might. I've been traveling a lot lately. Might spend the night with the kids, but looking forward to watching the game. Going to be a lot of fun. The playoff this weekend, and we'll be down to the final 8 and lock in for the final 9-10 days till Boise State takes on whoever wins on December 31st. A lot more to get to on the show. I want to thank a couple sponsors real quick. Western Collective, our studio sponsor here at BNN. They're having a watch party for the Fiesta Bowl. So if you're not going down to the Fiesta Bowl, go to Garden City, their brewery. They're going to have great food and drink specials, and a portion of the money goes to benefit the Horseshoe Collective, which is a big deal right now, talking transfer portal and trying to keep some of these guys. If you want to, every dollar helps. So go watch the game at Western Collective's brewery in Garden City. They're going to have big screen TVs and food and drink specials. And again, a portion of the proceeds goes to benefit the Horseshoe Collective, benefiting athletes at Boise State. RoePaint.com, our title sponsor, ROEPaint.com. Check them out. The official paint and coatings company at Boise State Athletics is RoePaint.com, and all those concrete coatings, interior, exterior painting needs, make sure you check them out at RoePaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. Check them out as well. ICCU.com. All your banking needs. It's the best in the business. I just wish we had realized it and made our switch sooner because I'm so happy with our banking at ICCU and branch pretty much on every corner, but you can check them out online at ICCU.com. Bauscher Real Estate, number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. Check them out, BauscherRealEstate.com. When you buy a home or sell a home with Matt and his team, you get to meet everybody in that picture there because just the customer service is unmatched. Every step is that they're ready to go and nothing's left unturned. So highly recommend. I know everybody knows 5 friends that are realtors in this town, but if you want the best service and the best experience, hit up our friend Matt Bauscher at Bauscher Real Estate. And Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. They got locations across the Treasure Valley, 13 of them in Idaho, surrounding states as well. And Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. And Johnny, we are set to make an announcement right now. Ridley's Family Markets, the sponsor of this trip, one of the sponsors, but I kind of hinted about it, teased about it, but the VIP basketball experience is back for the 3rd year in a row. And a paid subscriber is going to get to ride on a private jet for 2. And they are going to get to head to one of the best cities in the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, to attend the basketball game in February down in Las Vegas. Conference game, road game for Boise State in Las Vegas, early February. And you get to stay a night at Circa. You get to go to the game. You get to hang out, and you get to ride on a private jet. We are going to draw a lucky name in the next couple of weeks, but you have to be a yearly paid subscriber to BNN. So if you have your subscription, you're automatically entered. If you don't, sign up now. $50 BNN 50 deal, and one of our exclusive member benefits is we're going to give away some stuff, and our grand prize will be the trip for 2 on a private jet down to the basketball game on February 4th. You get to stay at Circa, have some fun, and looking forward to that. So make sure if you're not a paid subscriber, you get in now so you're eligible for the grand prize.
Why don't you see if old ball game can make that trip? Add me to the package. Oh, hey, you get to have this experience hosted by Johnny Ballgame, KTIK. I mean, you guys can comment. Would that be a cool addition to this package, BJ? I think that's a week. Is that the week between the Super Bowl and the conference championships?
It's 5 days before the Super Bowl.
Perfect, man. So anyway, yeah. See if you can swing me on that sucker.
No, we got to see if JP's around and see if you can get the day off or something. Maybe we can make that happen. Yeah, well, we can.
It's a weekday. Gotcha. Yeah.
It's Tuesday, unfortunately. Yes. Yes. Get ball game on that plane. Great addition to the package. Yeah, everybody's wanting Johnny, so we'll see.
Blast, man. Let's do this.
All right. But get in now for the VIP basketball experience. Going down to Las Vegas for the game. Johnny, Jeremiah Dickey, I mentioned he was on your show yesterday. A lot of great stuff. We mentioned the groundbreaking ceremony. I don't know what you took away, most from his interview, but he's got the new contract. He's locked in. The North End Zone financing was approved. That's moving forward, and that's going to be. They've already started taking down those seats in the corner that the visiting team usually got and didn't use very often. It's going to be weird this year, obviously 2025 with the construction down there in the North End Zone, and I know you guys did a kind of a memory to the North End Zone on your show back after the last home game. I've seen a couple fans upset about it. Great for the university, but stinks that I've sat there for 20 years. And I don't, but it is what it is. They're raising money. I don't think, I get it. If you've had seats there, maybe you're a little disappointed. But if you look at the big picture here, this is a game changer in terms of what it's going to do for Boise State. But we'll be a little, different, I guess, not having any seats down there, or at least having a different look to it for the 2025 season coming up.
What is it, like stadium gentrification, BJ? Type of thing. We've been living here for years, but now we're getting priced out. All this new money's coming in and taking our real estate. Now we're moving up to the wings. Stadium gentrification. I think it's cool. It'll be different to see all that, but at the same time, you'll get to see the progress right there. The fans will get to see, oh, look, that's coming in. Oh, that's where that's going to be. Oh, yeah, that's going to be the bar up there. And you're going to get to see it be built through time, and fans will be patient with that. And Jeremiah Dickey, how are you just not ever impressed when you bring that guy on your show or KTIK, Idaho Sports Talk? The guy brings with the information. I don't think he sugarcoats much, and he'll give you a straight answer, and he's doing a lot of good things. I don't know if I've ever covered an athletic director this popular. Jeremiah Dickey is is extremely, he's almost beloved in this town now. And what you're saying, just further indications, like everything he said he wanted to do, he's doing. He came here and eventually he was like, dude, your stadium's a dump, guys. I know it's cool and the turf is awesome. Yes. The rest of this building sucks, man. I mean, he didn't say that, but I mean, that's what he was kind of thinking. Like this stadium needs some work here. And he's getting stuff done, building things. That north end zone thing is going to be sweet addition to Albertson Stadium, if you ask me. Heck, I can't wait to go to games and look down on the left and see all the action and all the people. BJ, we'll probably head down there before the game or at halftime and scope it out. So Bronco Nation is going to have a nice addition to their stadium going into this wonderful era, they would hope, of playoff football that they're a pretty big part of. I was thinking about this. Are Spencer Danielson and Chris Peterson the only head coaches that have had Boise State in the top 10 ever at any point? Look that up. I think Harsin was 12, 11, 14. The highest he got.
Kellen Moore was last time they were top 10. Yep.
Yeah, so good for Spencer. I mean, this is a top 10 program kind of thing in the rankings right now. You could sell that. So this is what comes with that. And hopefully that thing looks even better when it's complete than it did in the renderings, because that's going to be
good timing too. I mean, kind of like Kansas is getting a new football stadium, and they got lucky. Like, right, they were already approved it, already building it when they got good. And so, I mean, this has been in the works, Johnny, as you know, at Boise State for a couple of years. And the fact that the construction's going to start like right now, right coming off what they're doing in the CFP, and then it's going to open for their first year in the Pac-12. I mean, all the timing just works out to be really nice in all this. My favorite part of the whole thing, Johnny, we had our meeting with Cody Gogler. I believe you were there. We got the whole gist of what this thing was going to look like, way back when, several months ago. And the walkway where the players are going to walk out onto the field and they're going to walk through all the fans and all this, and that they're going to have the hammer. And all the plans can change. One of the things they talked about was having the hammer kind of in like a glass case, so to speak. And then whoever's carrying the hammer that day right in front of the fans is going to grab the hammer out of the case and then run out onto the field. That to me is going to be one of the cooler parts of this. There's so many cool parts to it. And the seating, obviously, and what it's going to do and all that, just connecting the sides and the beer garden. And yeah, it's very needed. And I know the east side of the stadium, it sounds like they're already even, now that this thing and the design's done and this is starting the building, they're already starting the plan, it sounds like, and on the east side of the stadium, and what can be done there in terms of whether it's just renovations to the bathrooms and the concession stands, or if they go for a whole redesign of that side, or what that's going to look like. But I mean, this is just the start, I believe, Johnny. I think the long-term future, the athletic department offices, the varsity center, that needs to get redone. Some sort of big end zone project down at the other end zone, could be down the line at some point. I mean, I think this is just the first of what could be what will be a multi-step phase here to really change the look and feel of Albertson Stadium.
It will, and it'll put them into whatever century of college football the future is telling us we're in at that point, BJ. And you need all that stuff. 10 years from now, is all that stuff complete?
I would say the east side will be. I think the east side for sure you can get done in 10 years. 10 years is probably a pretty good timeline. Yeah, I could probably see the south. What would that be? South end zone.
Yeah, right about when your kids, when Nay and Nelly are students at Boise State, that's the Albertson Stadium they'll have. Their student section might look different. So yeah, this stuff's coming. This town's blowing up, man. It's a perfect time to get this football program back on a national relevant scale. And that's where they're going. And with all these people coming in, it's just going to get bigger and it's just going to continue to grow.
I could see the south end zone, though, if they redo that entire thing. And you've seen what Utah did, Texas, a lot of these schools, Missouri did the huge, so they build a big, huge building that has all the athletic offices and they put suites and seats off of that. That would, people got mad about the north end zone, man. If they got rid of the south end zone, that would be
a different story. You need that for the fall starts. I would argue you need that south end zone, BJ. Look at their false start numbers. I mean, drastically ahead of the other team. So much it's alarming that you think there's like 100,000 people in that stadium, considering they're like 2.7 false starts per game, and number 2 on that list is, I think, under 2 false starts per game. It's a crazy stat. Don't touch that south end zone. The team, the fans, they need that. I don't think they will, but you're right. Stadiums left and right. That's kind of the new cool thing. You take that end zone, make it your facility, and you attach everything to that.
Well, that was good news to hear that January 4th will be the groundbreaking. That is a Saturday. Somebody asked if there was more details on that. No, it was just literally in Jeremiah's statement, January 4th, groundbreaking. We said they've already technically started tearing down some of the stuff. And we'll have to find out what it's going to look like. But I mean, you're going to have construction zone, and there's going to be no seats, right, at all in the north end zone for the 2025 season.
I mean, I don't know if they've said either way on that. I don't know if they exactly know what it's going to look like, but I don't imagine there's any seats. There's going to be construction cones, hard hat area, danger. So yeah, I think they're just going to taper all that off. I'm kind of wondering where the players are going to run onto the field next year. Are they going to do something on the corner, or they come in from the side of the corner of the end zone on the back right or back left? Those are questions I have too. It will look a little different, but again, man, there's there's a price to be paid for having cool stuff, and it'll be fine.
And like I said, it's pretty cool the way it worked out that the 2026 season, they're first in the quote unquote, the new Pac-12 will be part of that as well. I know the lawsuit happened yesterday, Johnny. What do you make of Boise State has joined the lawsuit for the exit fees? And there was a lot of talk on social media that they may have, some sort of case to bring that down. And my thought right away goes back to and maybe I'm an idiot for thinking this, and maybe it's just because I really want UNLV in this conference, but if I don't know how it was worded in the contract for UNLV, but if these exit fees don't happen and don't come, how is the Mountain West going to pay UNLV their $25 million to get them to stay? I just wonder if if the exit fees go away, if this at all opens the door for those teams to leave, and if the Mountain West could still be in some trouble here.
Maybe that's in play. Maybe that's part of it. I mean, maybe UNLV is having second thoughts, and certainly if the Mountain West comes to UNLV and says, we're still going to pay you, but here's what we have to do instead because of all this stuff. Maybe that would allow UNLV to say, whoa, let's backtrack and let's revisit some stuff. We might have to reweigh our options. I don't know. I think everybody in the pack wants UNLV to be that last team. They still need another football team. It's kind of weird. We've kind of put this on the back burner, but at some point, this league begins 2026, man. I just want to find out. I'm an ANSI guy to begin with. I just want to find out what other team is coming in this conference. Not only I'm going to cover, but I'm also going to cheer for. It's just as a college football fan. I've always rooted for the Cougars and the Beavers, and I'm going to like this league. I'm going to support this league. So I want to know who else is going to be in it. UNLV, cool. Memphis, fine. Whoever, let's do this. But I like the fact that they're not being so much maybe like the Mountain West in this case, where they're adding some teams that make you scratch your head a little bit. So hopefully it's UNLV, and if this can all lead to that, then I'm cool with it. As far as if Boise State has a chance to get X amount of money back or it all back, man, that's probably a question you got to ask for Prater, somebody smarter than me in the legalese.
BSU Bill says the Mountain West was 100% banking on the exit fees to pay UNLV their $25 million. If they don't get the exit fees, then the whole arrangement with UNLV is off the table. I don't know if it's for sure off the table, but I think it could be. And you're right, Johnny. Maybe they try to say, we'll get it to you, but it's going to have to be a million a year for 25 years now or whatever. We can't pay you up front like we were going to. And it sounds like UNLV's in a lot of financial trouble. They're in $20 million worth of debt. And that's the only reason, or not the only reason, but one of the main reasons they took this deal was to get themselves out of debt. And if they can't get the money right away, I just wonder, would I like UNLV? Do I think it makes a lot of sense? Yes, but I still think Memphis is possible. I still think some other schools are possible. I agree with you. They're being smart and taking their time on this and not rushing to add somebody that they maybe didn't need to. Even a Utah State, no disrespect to them, but you could argue, did they rush too much on Utah State to add them? But they provide some things, I think, and they're a local, regional team, which makes some sense for Boise State. But we'll find out. You said one more football, and who knows if they go for another basketball only, or if they're good with just Gonzaga, or what they decide to do there. And so we'll be tracking that moving forward here. But the legal, I think everybody expected when Boise State would sue, all these schools would sue. You kind of meet in the middle somewhere, cut it down. The lawyers make all the money and be done with it. But
yeah,
we'll find out. We'll find out. I'm curious. I just right when I saw that, my first thought was, okay, if they don't have the money to pay UNLV, are they going to keep UNLV? So I don't know. That game last night, I don't know if you watched any of the LA Bowl last night with UNLV. Weird on Wednesday. They had to bump it up with the CFP games on Saturday. But the Cal was on their third string quarterback, and he was actually doing okay. And then he got hurt. They brought in a guy that had never thrown a pass before. That didn't go too well. And if you're on Cal plus 3.5, you had no chance there in the fourth quarter.
I wasn't.
Huh?
I wasn't on Cal plus 3.5.
That was a rough fourth quarter. I'll just say that. Good for UNLV. They get the 11th win. They made some history. They did something that Boise State has never done, Johnny. They beat 3 Power 5 teams in the same season.
Gosh, 3 Power 5 teams. UNLV, 2 in the non-con, and then Cal in the bowl game from the ACC. 2 Big 12 teams and an ACC team. The second best team in the Mountain West took care of some ACC, decent level ACC and Big 12 teams. I
actually thought Cal had a little bit of talent on offense. I think Harson's got some nice toys to work with next season if they can get all those guys to stay. But they kept talking about this freshman wide receiver and how big of a star he was going to be next year. And all I could think of, Johnny, was other coaches watching this all of a sudden calling that dude to try to get him to transfer to their school. Like, it's a whole new day and age with the transfer portal and everything.
Dude, real quick though, that question you asked Matt Lauder yesterday, that was legit, man. I didn't know if he was going to take that bait or not. He didn't, but I mean, because BJ, I would guess that he's one of the, 11, 12, 13 players Spencer Danielson said have been pursued illegally, like, as we speak. Lauder has to be on that list, man. He didn't answer the question. I respect him for that. It's none of anybody's business. He doesn't have to answer that. But I thought that was a good question, needed to be asked. And I don't know why I just brought that up, but with the new era of NIL, like, it's weird that you can ask players that now. Like, hey, your coach says the 13 best dudes on this team coming back are trying to be poached. Are you one of them? And he just said, I'm not going to answer that. But
which I think tells you all. I mean, he answered it without answering it, probably. He would have said no, right? If the answer was no.
I don't know why, if you're looking for a tight end for like $700,000, $800,000 a year, I don't know what the market value would be for first team all conference player with some eligibility left. Yeah, if Matt Lauder wanted this, he could get probably close to $800,000. I don't know, $1 million a year, high level tight end play. These teams should be interested in Matt Lauder. So I agree with you. He's probably one of those guys. I mean, Cage Casey, first team All-America, G5 left tackle. Can you imagine the stuff he's getting right now? Crazy.
Yeah. Well, we'll get back to that in a second. That was my next topic. I want to get into that. But after I asked it and he was kind of mad, and then it was like quiet there for like 5 seconds. It was a little awkward. And then I was like thinking to myself, was that a dumb question? And maybe I put him on the spot a little bit. What was he supposed to say? I feel a little bad about maybe I didn't, but I tried to phrase it like, hey, not to say you've taken the calls, but have you gotten any, and so he was probably in a no-win situation there. I probably kind of threw him under the bus a little bit with the question, to be honest, but
BSU bill, by the way, is the BSU bill, that comment there. Prater and I were kind of sniffing around on this. The Diego Pavia ruling,
yes,
could be absolutely mega, BJ. Basically meaning junior college years won't count towards FCS eligibility. If that is the case, and Amarion McCoy and Cam Camper, man, all of a sudden, both those guys played 2 years of JC. Are you kidding me? They're going to say those 2 years, McCoy and Camper have 2 more years after this?
Hold that thought, Johnny. We'll get back to that in just a second. I gotta pay some bills here. The SpaTeam.com, Snake River Pool and Spa, locations in Twin Falls, Boise, Meridian, Nampa. Been around since 1978. Part of the Boise State home team. Whether it's a spa, whether it's a sauna, whether it's a pool table, they got you covered. Check them out online. Some great deals for the holidays. Check them out at thespateam.com. The all-wheel drive sales going on at Lithia Ford of Boise right now. Some great deals for the holidays. Make sure you check them out at Lithia Ford of Boise, at lithiafordboise.com. And right now, obviously, with the weather is getting colder, and it's the ice, the snow, it's all coming, and you need to be ready with a vehicle from Lithia Ford of Boise. The new 2024 Ford Expedition Limited, you can save up to $12,000 on that. The 2024 Ford F-150 STX Super Crew, nearly $9,000 in savings on that. And the Ford Bronco Badlands, what a vehicle. I saw Bob Beeler with his new Bronco. I know he's loving it. The Ford Bronco, the 2024 Badlands edition, you can save up to $8,500 off on that one. So check them out. Lithia Ford of Boise, online at lithiafordboise.com. Taco Bell is hiring as well. TacoBellWorks.com, SON Management, the Nicolason family. TacoBellWorks.com. If you're looking for a job, they're hiring. Great promotional opportunities, free food while you work, half the wages the next day after your shift. So check them out online to get more information, and the food is tremendous as well. I think this might be, we got our last winter baseball practice tonight in the church gym, so I might be taking the boys to getting some Taco Bell after that to celebrate that. But check them out, TacoBellWorks.com. And speaking of jobs, the trucking industry, check them out, Transportation Compliance Service, TransComService.com. Everything you need to get into the trucking industry, whether it's the DOT, overweight permits, all that good stuff. Check them out, transcomservice.com. And Johnny, the shirt that Travis Hawks made, the Please Count Us Out shirt, apparently one of those made its way to Spencer Danielson. He wore it in a team meeting, and apparently it was so well received that 140 Please Count Us Out shirts have been ordered, and the entire team will be getting one of those. So Spencer Danielson's phrase, please count us out, when they found out who they were playing in the Fiesta Bowl, the unofficial kind of Fiesta Bowl shirt for the team, the entire team will soon be sporting Please Count Us Out shirts from the Blue and Orange store. So you can get yours right there at the Boise Town Square Mall, the second floor next to Pro Image. They've got all the shirts, all the Fiesta Bowl gear, the Mountain West Championship gear. It is in. You can go right in and buy it and get it for a Christmas present or whatever and get it ready for the game. Or if you're not in the Boise area, you can just go to the Boise Town Square Mall there, second floor, again, next to Pro Image. Your Fiesta Bowl gear, the best selection, the best prices, and they've got a lot of the orange options. That's the color you're supposed to wear if you're going to the game, orange. So check them out at the Blue and Orange store. You mentioned that ruling, Johnny, and what's going to be interesting with that is it just going to be for Pavia? Is it going to be for everybody? And if it goes away, like, you can all of a sudden see junior colleges start being where you stash guys instead of redshirting, a quarterback.
That's cool.
Yeah, instead of redshirting a guy and he sits on your bench, he can go be a starter at a JUCO and get some experience. And we say, we'll see you in a year.
Absolutely. Minor league system. You could have a JUCO team up with Alabama. And if I'm the JUCO coach, cool with me, because I get all the Bama riffraff that needs to be developed. Cool. And that riffraff is still more talented than any other JC in my conference. So, yeah, I'll whatever offense you want me to run too, coach. You give me players, we'll get them going for your level. They don't lose any eligibility. And then, yeah, you can bring them up, or heck, maybe you can trade them to another player. Who the hell knows where this thing is going? But I don't know if it's just a Pavia thing, but that would be weird. Does this also mean retroactively? What if I just lost my eligibility? This is the first year I'm not playing, but I did play 2 full years of JC. Can I say, hey, whoa, I want to come back. I'm not playing in the pros. Can I come back and get my 2 years for my JC years back? Can I get back in the portal all of a sudden that I knew I have this eligibility? Can I at least petition to get that back? You have a whole new wave of all those players trying to get back in this thing to make some cash. So I'm really interested to see what this means, if this all of a sudden just turns JUCO ball into prep school ball, and what that means for that level, because this could turn exactly what you said into a serviceable, suitable minor league farm system for some of these teams.
And I saw that one way the NCAA might try to get around it, Johnny, is they might just try to take control of the junior college and just fold that into the NCAA, and the junior college would be under the umbrella of the NCAA and make it officially part of the same thing, which would then count.
And it can't just be a Pavia thing. Like maybe Pavia won his case,
yes,
but there's a ton of other players who have the same situation as Pavia. Opens the door to it. Yeah, Todd's absolutely right.
Yes, this specific wording is only for Pavia, and it's not even official yet. It was like a temporary injunction. It's not official that he gets to come back next year. I did see, though, Johnny, a Utah State running back put his name in the portal. He thought he was done, found out, I might have another year now because of this, and a Utah State running back who was a fifth-year senior or whatever, but played at a JUCO for a year, just put his name in the portal to kind of keep his options open to see what happens.
Are they ever just going to say, do we really care anymore? No. Do you care? No, I don't care. Do you care? No. Okay, let's just cap it at like 28. Okay, yep. Let's play till they're 28. And if Kellen Moore wants to play college football for 7 years and you can work that out and he's under whatever restriction, okay, Boise State, have 7 years of Kellen. You'll pay him $5 million a year at this level. You'll know him. You'll love him. He'll win games. And he's not good enough for the NFL or whatever. Fine. Who cares? Let's let him play here. Like, are we going to live in that world? I'd say it's up in the air. There's a shot at that where they just don't even really care anymore. And I don't know, man. College football, I love the games, but the off season, it's getting worse and worse every year for me, BJ. It just doesn't make any sense, and I can't believe I'm this invested and interested in some of this garbage that goes on in this free-for-all world of college football. Like I'm paying attention to it. Sometimes I have to look at myself and be like, dude, is this cool anymore? Is college football? Wait, what are we doing? Like it's tough for me sometimes, man. That's why we need this tournament to start tomorrow.
Yep, and that's the crazy part is all this is happening right in the middle of the bowl season and the games and the playoff and all this. So we'll see. By the way, we do have a tracker portal transfer, which Nathan Carroll put up at BroncoNationNews.com. So the additions, subtractions, what the Broncos might still be looking for. You can keep track of all that at BroncoNationNews.com. And Johnny, 9 players from Boise State have entered the transfer portal, but only 3 of them have actually taken snaps this season that were not on special teams. Malachi Nelson, Kai Taylor, Deontay Thornton. But Deontay Thornton, 12 snaps, Kai Taylor, 7. The other guys, Caden Dudley, Merriweather, Greer, Brown, Iziani, and Tahir all had 0 snaps. So to this point, other than Malachi Nelson, who still was your backup quarterback, they haven't lost really anybody of significance to the transfer portal. We mentioned Matt Lauder not wanting to answer. You mentioned some of the other guys, but I think Sire Gaines, Lauder, Cage Casey, Roger Carrion, Jaden Virgin Morgan, Andrew Simpson, Ty Benefield. Those are just some guys listed in our tracker portal that are guys that certainly are going to be coveted by other schools. And what we're also seeing, Johnny, is maybe they want to stay, but they also want to play the game a little bit to get a better deal here. So they're going to coaches or they're taking these calls and saying, hey, I'll stay, but you got to triple my deal here, And so this is going to be very interesting. Just because Ashton Genty stayed doesn't mean, Sire Gaines is staying or any of these guys are staying. I think people are naive, just assume, the culture's great, Spencer, no one's going to leave. That's not how it works these days. And so we'll see. I hope they can hang on to everybody, Johnny, but behind the scenes, Spencer Danielson's working on a lot more than Fiesta Bowl game prep. That's for sure.
Yeah, and the guys here's the deal about Spencer too. Dude, that guy can recruit. The 2 biggest recruits in the history of the program, I think, are Spencer guys. He hasn't even been on the gig for 2 years. I'm talking Chris Marshall and Malachi Nelson, right? Spencer is going to bring dudes in this program, high level, big time players looking for everything he is selling. Spencer Danielson is going to, in my opinion, massively capitalize off where Boise State is now in the recruiting game. High school, JC, transfer portal. Spencer Danielson's going to find the talent. He's going to get it. Dude, he got Malachi Nelson, who could have picked anywhere he wanted to go. He got Malachi Nelson in one phone call. I think this guy is brilliant. when it comes to the recruiting game and relating with people. So I know you'll be upset if you lose a Sire Gaines here and there, but dude, Spencer will have dudes coming into this thing. Don't you worry. Talent, in my opinion, is not going to be something that Boise State isn't rich in moving forward in this landscape. They'll get players.
Johnny, before I let you go, give me a basketball thought here. I'll keep this stream going for a little bit. I got some other stuff to get to. I'm going to let you roll. But conference play starting on Saturday. Broncos 8-3 non-con. Where are you at with the basketball team?
Like the team, don't love it. Hope I eventually love it. It's still early. They're defending the 3 exceptionally well. I think statistically better than they did last year. So that's a really big thing for this team. They don't let other teams kill them with 3-pointers, and they're rebounding very well. That's something that they want to do every year. Statistically, Boise State wants to defend the 3, rebound, and hit the 3. They're not hitting the 3, though. And I don't know. You suggested it to me the other night. Hey, maybe this just isn't a great shooting team. There's a lot of great shooting team. There's a lot of fair shooting teams that go a long way. But this team, I don't know if it's gonna start, when it's gonna start. But BJ, for me, they're checking 2 of the boxes they need checked, but the other one, just simply putting the ball in the hole, I just think they need to do that at a much higher frequency. What are they, 308th right now in 3-point percentage? I mean, come on, this is a Leon team. They want to be in the top 60, top 70 in that stat. That's my thought.
And it's as Nathan Carroll pointed out on social media and for BNN, like usually if you're a good free throw shooting team, you're a good 3-point shooting team. For whatever reason, those usually go together. And Boise State is actually one of the best free throw shooting teams in America. They're just one of the worst 3-point shooting teams. And so, but they don't turn the ball over. They rebound well, and they defend the 3 well. So, I mean, it maybe isn't going to be pretty at times, but if they can find a way to win games, we'll see. And the schedule is a little favorable here to start Mountain West play. They get 3 of the weaker teams, Air Force, San Jose, and Wyoming in the first 3 games. You get San Jose and Wyoming on the road, which could be a little trickier, but I think it's kind of nice to get those out of the way early in the season. 2 potential, spots where you could stub your toe. You get those out of the way. You're 3-0. You're on a 5-game winning streak when San Diego State comes to town on January 4th.
How would you rate the non-con in golf terms? Was it par for the course? Was it under par? Pretty good. Was it over par? Maybe not as good as you would want it. Like when we get to Selection Sunday in March, is the non-con going to help, hurt, or just add nothing to Boise State's resume in your expert opinion?
Well, I mean, I think the 2 quad 1 wins, Clemson and St. Mary's, are certainly going to help. The Boston College loss is going to hurt them. I would say par. I mean, I think Birdie, you would have had to, if you would have won the Boston College game and you had those 2 wins and you had no bad losses. I mean, I would say you'd maybe say Birdie, but I think it's a par. They kept themselves alive for an at-large bid. They didn't totally screw up those chances, but they're not in the tournament right now. Probably they've got work to do still in conference play. So I would say par.
Okay, I agree with that. And Saturday conference play opens, like you said, BJ. Appreciate you, man.
What do we got on Idaho Sports Talk today?
What do we have on Idaho Sports Talk today? We are from the house that Max Rice built, Bishop Kelly High School, where we're doing our Tackle Hunger event, teaming up with the famous Idaho Potato Bowl and our friend Danielle Brazil, who runs the Potato Bowl, BJ, as you know, and kind of giving back, helping out that event. And they pack, thousands of meals for needy families in Idaho, and they do it in 60 minutes. It's really impressive to see these football teams. The entire NIU team, Northern Illinois, will come in, and then the entire Fresno State team will come in this big gym, and they just sit there and quickly try to pack these meals together. Prater and I do it every single year. It's a lot of fun. And then obviously, of course, we're talking playoffs. We're talking Boise State football, basketball. Idaho Sports Talk's in a good spot right now, BJ, thanks to everything that's going on in this town. We're just putting out some pretty good shows right now. Really happy with it.
Hopefully you've seen some of the Kent Riddle commercials for the Potato Bowl. Kent Riddle deserves an Emmy or something. Have you seen any of those?
Oh, dude, no, I need to see this.
He's on the board, I guess, for the Potato Bowl, and he is in 3 commercials, and he is a heck of an actor. I'll just say that.
Oh, the best, man. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely check that out, BJ.
All right, appreciate it, Johnny. There he is, John Mallory, host of Prater in the Ball Game, 3 to 6 today. Don't miss the show today. Jackson's, don't miss their deals. Hot dog and a soda for $2. That comes up in January and February when the Broncos score 70 points. You can get a hot dog and a soda for $2 in January when they score 70 points. You get a hot dog and a soda for $2 at Jackson's. And hopefully in the Fiesta Bowl, you can still get that coffee or a fountain drink for 91 cents if Ahmed Hassani can get a sack. Check them out, Jackson's, where 25 cents from every hot dog sold goes to support the Horseshoe Collective. And that's a lot of money, folks. That's like $100,000 they donated from 2024 just from people buying hot dogs. So next time you're looking for some snacks, some cold drinks, make sure you check out our sponsor, Jackson. Speaking of food, leanfeastmeridian.com had their Fiesta Bowl, ironically, yesterday. So loving Lean Feast. I'm down 20, almost 25 pounds. I know I had a lot to lose, so I'm not super proud of it, but we're on the way. We're almost 25 pounds now thanks to Lean Feast, leanfeastmeridian.com. Healthy eating, fully customizable, and just so easy on the go to take it to the office or pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes and you're eating steak, shrimp, chicken, all that good stuff. Check them out, leanfeastmeridian.com. I mailed the gift cards yesterday. We sent out 3 gift cards, $100 gift cards to the Blue and Orange store, courtesy of Signature Roofing for folks that had left voicemails. We're going to keep that going here moving forward on a weekly basis. So if you leave us a voicemail, any topic you have on anything, Boise State, college sports, transfer portal, whatever, leave us a voicemail, speakpipe.com/BNN, and we will raffle off $100 gift card to the Blue and Orange store, courtesy of Signature Roofing. MySignatureRoofing.com. They've been covering our community for more than 20 years. Whether it's a re-roof or repair, they got you covered. Whether you want to get a free estimate, have an inspection done, everything you're looking for in terms of your roofing needs, they got you at Signature Roofing. Check them out online at mysignatureroofing.com. And again, they're the sponsor of our speakpipe.com/BNN voice inbox. So you can just leave a voicemail there and they can take care of you. Do you want to give another plug for our event on June 30th? If you are going to the Fiesta Bowl, join us for History, Turf Paradise Racetrack. Use promo code BNN20 to get 20% off tickets in the beer garden area or the VIP area. I will put those in the chat here momentarily, but they are making history. They are painting the turf blue for the first time in history, 300 years of horse racing. It'll be the first time ever racing a race on a blue turf. So it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. We're looking forward to it. And we're going to have a little BNN meetup. Everyone was saying, oh, what fan events are going on? What's BNN going to do? I want to hang out with some friends. Well, we got you covered. This is before the pep rally. The pep rally is at 4:00, so you can come out from 12 to 4. This is at noon. It's in the afternoon. Tickets are only like $30, but if you use BNN20 as your promo code, you get a discount of 20% off your tickets. You get to hang out in the beer garden. The VIP area has a buffet and all kinds of other stuff as well. So check that out. Hope you guys will join us, and I'll be hanging out. My family will be there. We're going to have all kinds of folks. I believe Mike Sanford's going to be there, and Johnny and Prater are maybe doing their show from there. I think that's going to happen. So check it. Turf Paradise Racetrack, a lot of giveaways, a lot of stuff, and $1 from every beer sold goes to support the Horseshoe Collective at Boise State. So you can help out the collective. You can have a good time. It's going to be nice weather, and even if you don't want to bet on the horse races, that's fine. You don't have to bet on the races. Just come hang out and with other Boise State fans the day before the game and get fired up for the game. So looking forward to seeing all you guys out there. But again, you got to get your tickets in advance. Promo code BNN20 gets you 20% off tickets to the beer garden or the VIP area. And I put the link in the chat right now, so you can see that. There's only limited tickets. Get them now for the to hang out in our little area. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys there. I don't have the details on the pep rally for whoever is asking. I don't know. Sorry about that. I'll look into that for the future, but I don't know off the top of my head. But I know it's 4 to 7 for the pep rally, and this is 12 to 4. So if you're looking for something to do the day before the Fiesta Bowl, horse racing, be kind of fun. And we'll be just hanging out, having some beverages, and getting ready for the game with the BNN crew. So join us December 30th noon at Turf Paradise Racetrack. And again, promo code BNN20 gets you 20% off on your tickets. Hey, appreciate everybody for checking us out. Gonna head down to Boise State. We got some interviews today. We're gonna head down to Boise State and talk to Leon Rice and a couple of the players down there. I believe Cardenas and Stanley. And as they get set for the start of Mountain West play on Saturday, so we'll get those those basketball interviews posted up to the YouTube channel this afternoon. Working on a football story as well. I mentioned the transfer portal tracker. Go to Bronco Nation News right now, and subscribers can read the transfer portal tracker in terms of some targets for Boise State, all the details about the transfer portal. That is up right now, and we hope you'll subscribe. BNN 50 deal. 1-year subscription is just $50 at BNN 50 deal. 1-year subscription, 365 days of coverage, all of our stories. There's no paywall. You subscribe, you get to read everything, and you won't hit that sign that says, please subscribe to read it. So check them out, BroncoNationNews.com, BNN 50 deals, that promo code, and we really appreciate your help and your financial commitment here as we gear up for the Fiesta Bowl and some expenses we have coming up here in relation to that. So thank you guys. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. We're getting closer. Can't wait. Jay Tuss will join me tomorrow, and we'll really dive into the SMU-Penn State game. We'll hear from Spencer Danielson, some players, I think, as well, and then get ready for this weekend's game. And then when we get back next Monday, it'll be on in terms of getting ready for Boise State's game and who they're going to play in that Fiesta Bowl. So thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you for checking us out today. Again, go subscribe if you can. Help us out. BNN 50 deals, the promo code. And the announcement for Ridley was they're the sponsor of our trip. So if you missed it, we are giving away a private trip for 2 on a private jet. We are going to Las Vegas for the basketball game in February 4th, conference game, Las Vegas. You get to ride on a private jet down to the game. You get to stay a night at Circa, have a nice dinner, hang out for a couple hours by the pool. You get like a half a day in Vegas. You go to the game, then we come back the next morning. We have numerous sponsors on that trip. Boucher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, obviously Western Collective, rowpaint.com, the Blue and Orange Store. We got a lot of great sponsors, but Ridley's is one of the main sponsors of the trip. We appreciate them for their support and helping making this happen. But if you are a paid subscriber already, you're automatically going to be entered. If you're not a paid subscriber, jump in now. 1-year subscription, $50 using that promo code BNN50 deal, and you will be eligible. All paying yearly subscribers will be eligible for the grand prize of our customer appreciation. We do it every year here, the VIP basketball experience. Trip for 2 on a private jet to the basketball game in Vegas and a night at Circa Hotel. It's going to be awesome. Looking forward to it. Can't wait. And jump in now, and we'll do the drawing, I believe, in early January. Then I'll give you a couple weeks to get ready for that. But subscribe now so you can win that trip. Looking forward to it. Going to be a lot of fun, and excited for that. And thanking Ridley's Family Markets for their support, as always. We've had 2 great games. We've been to UNLV and we've been to San Diego State for the 2 games in the previous 2 years. So I think this year is going to be a fun one again, going back to Vegas. So appreciate you guys. Subscribe if you can. Check out our YouTube channel. Read all of our stuff at BroncoNationNews.com, and Jay Tuss and I will see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow from the Western Collective Studios. Again, go pick up a Horseshoe Golden Ale. Go watch the Fiesta Bowl at Western Collective's brewery there in Garden City. Hang out with former players, and it's going to be a lot of fun. They got some food and drink specials, and money goes to the collective there for that. And then, of course, our title sponsor is rowpaint.com, ROEpaint.com. Our title sponsor, all your painting needs. Check them out. Support the sponsors, guys. Go subscribe. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you with Jay Tuss at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Bronco Nation News live. BroncoNationNews.com.